Hey, y'all, welcome to the TexAgs Rewind, brought to you by Specs. I'm Amber Heath.
And I'm Jessica Wills, and we're in the Rollo Insurance Studio.
Okay, Jess, what was your favorite part of the show today?
My favorite part was Bronny and David.
Personal fan of Billy Liucci. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Oh, wait, is that yet? Am I supposed to say that? Like, subscribe, comment, come back tomorrow for more. Is that right?
I don't think so.
Happy 4th of July. Yeehaw.
Friend, what's up, buddy?
What's up? In the words of the great Gabe Bach, hey, good morning, Aggie land. No, it's good to see y'all. And David, it's good to see your face, my friend, and excited to be here.
It's been a minute since we've spoken some Aggie hoops, so I'm happy to get you back on the show. I just want to get your thoughts on not only the Bucky hire, but just the thoughts of what this hire is bringing. Like, it's bringing a different chapter in Aggie's basketball. I don't want to say maybe history, but like it just feels like we're turning the page completely from the old regime.
Yeah, no, and I think that's pretty common nowadays. You know, you think about whole staffs move, and just like players are moving more than ever. You know, the coaching carousel, not just at the head coach level, but the assistant coaching level too. What Buzz did, where he kept an entire staff intact and a roster intact, that's going to be, kind of uncommon as we go forward. But I think as a, just looking at it from a macro perspective, it does feel new, doesn't it? And it feels fresh. And I think some of that is just Bucky's age. We got a really, really young and energetic guy, not to say what Buzz or BK or anyone before that wasn't. Bucky's just very much on the young end, but obviously his resume speaks for itself, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm pumped to meet him. I'm pumped to go see Darby and Coach Keller and all those guys. So I think they've done an unbelievable job putting together their staff, and obviously hit the portal really hard, and it does feel new. And then I think, a lot of people are just excited about the offensive, fast-paced style, right? And 83 points per game last year. We're gonna score some points. We're gonna get some threes up, and instead of just maybe it's just a different approach, right? And so I think that freshness is permeating throughout the entire program right now.
Well, I mean, first of all, getting to play on the biggest court of the world in front of millions of people is a great honor. First of all, to get to play there, and then playing the number 3 player in the world is also an amazing honor as well. To step on that center court where many have been before is just a great opportunity. And as we spoke before, I told him a couple things. Obviously take it in and enjoy it, but you're not there to entertain. You're there to win. And so he did a great job in the first set. I kind of talked to him about taking care of his serve, and he served amazing the whole match from the first day on Monday until the second day. I believe he served over 70% first serves, which is unheard of, as well as Zverev. Both of them served lights out. They're having a heat wave in England right now. The first 2 days were in the low 90s, and that's very uncharacteristic there. So it creates a bit of speed on the ball, to call the ball to go through the air pretty quickly. And because of that, it was ideal serving conditions for both players. And so it was really going to be about who was going to be able to break serve. And in the first set, Arthur won a close tiebreaker, played a really good tiebreaker to win it, no breaks to serve. In the second set, they have a curfew there at Wimbledon because they didn't go on the court till about 8 o'clock that night, or maybe even 9 o'clock. They have a curfew of 11 p.m., so they knew that likely after the second set they were going to have to stop because it was getting close to 11 o'clock. And so Arthur was up 5-3 in the tiebreaker in that second set, and Zverev ended up, as he knows how to do, to raise his.
July 4th, big-time decisions. You want to start with Tank King?
Yeah, I mean, it's been the most long-time target, I think. Well, I think him and Booby Feaster have been kind of equally pegged on the top of the big board, for the same amount of time. And just felt like Tank coming down to A&M, Michigan, Texas, and Notre Dame. And I think A&M has been in the catbird seat on that one for a while, and don't anticipate that changing. Tank has really kind of gone media silent as after he made all of his official visits, and this would be another. I think this would be he'd be a really nice boost for the class. He'd be a really nice boost for the in-state perception. His name carries some weight amongst recruits in the state, and he's just like Boobie Feaster. They've been on the radar for so long, and Boobie actually as like a 7th or 8th grader is whenever he started picking up offers, and he's making his decision on July 4th as well. And A&M and USC seem like they've kind of emerged as the two leaders there. If you made me pick, I'd lean A&M, but it's not enough to make me say, hey, it's certain it's coming this way. USC has the number 1 class in the country, and A&M's like chasing them. Now, USC's got 30-something commitments already. A&M doesn't have quite that, but this is a real thing. Like, the Trojans are a real threat for Boobie. But to me, when I look at that recruitment, I just go, Texas kid that A&M's been on for so long, DeSoto kid, the ties to the program at A&M from DeSoto going all the way back to Von Miller, now Tony Girardetti on staff, and Armaje Reed-Adams and Tiger Rodden, just the whole thing. I just think that's why I lean A&M's way. But USC's making that interesting. And then
Bryce Perry Wright
is on July 5th, Saturday. That one, if you'd have asked me 2 days ago, I'd have said it's going to be Clemson. I thought Dabo Swinney had done enough to win over the kid and the family, and he was going to go play in the ACC. And now I think I may have been a little premature in thinking that. I think A&M has definitely got a real chance there. Real chance.
Ronnie, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Why don't you think there's any fluidity to my ability to play basketball or any sport? Why do you think I'm not an athlete when you've never seen me do anything?
Well, first of all, I'll start by saying I don't think I am, but I do think.
You tell me all the time nobody throws a better spiral.
I didn't never say I throw a better spiral. I can throw fairly well. I don't. I wish I threw a better spiral, actually, more consistently. So that's wrong.
I think everybody's heard it.
This is how I picture you shooting layups. I was telling Luke, I could see you like being the old man post up and then like that.
I've done that. I wouldn't call that a layup. I would call that my hook.
That's how I picture
it's called the
layup.
Cuban
like
hook.
Your arm coming up, like the ball's kind of cupped in there, and you're like, do this.
If you do the Cuban hook and you like spin your wrist like that, it does this like the spin on the ball, and it just goes in. The Cuban hook.
The Cuban hook.
That's what we call it. Like that. You gotta bring it in. They get the foul, and then you spin it up.
Okay, let's go on because this is. I don't even know.
We're not going long today, by the way. We're gonna get it all in right now.
Oh, we're gonna go long.
No, you are. Can I? I've already talked about it, so I kind of cringe bringing it back up. But I'd like to get the Billy take on Arch being the best quarterback since Tim Tebow per Paul Feinbaum.
Paul knows how to get a
reaction.
Get a reaction, and now, if Paul Feinbaum was saying that he thinks Arch Manning, with the name and the build-up and playing at Texas in a year that they're going to start in the top 5, is going to be the most hyped young quarterback in the SEC since Tim Tebow, I would say yes. And there's a guy named Johnny Manziel in between. Cam Newton was not a
wasn't
freshman,
hyped coming into it.
And he also wasn't hyped. And Johnny was not hyped before he played. He won that Heisman his first year. So if you want to say, like, this is the most build-up and hype and most talked about quarterback we've seen in the SEC that hasn't started yet, I know he started a couple games, but that, a first-year starter, because Joe Burrow wasn't. I don't feel like Tua was. Jalen Hurts wasn't. I'm trying to think.